All right, guys, welcome, welcome. This is your host, ID Jester. As you can see, we are in Field of Glory 2. That's right, the soon to be released Field of Glory 2. I believe it's releasing October 14th, 16th. I'll have to check on the date for you guys here when we take a break. This is the beta version. As you can see, beta. So, all content is subject to change. It may contain placeholder arts. There might be things added or changed or updates. So, guys, just keep in mind this is a beta. If you see something, a typo or something that might not be working or anything, just keep in mind this is just a beta. So, with that said, let's just put this right out to begin with. This game is coming soon, as we mentioned, and let's see. This is an upcoming title that I am really excited for. Very excited for. I have all of Field of Glory 1 and all the expansions, and it was a great simulation of ancient tactical combat. It's based upon a board game or tactical miniatures gaming system, or very similar to that at least, and obviously adapted for the computer. We have all kinds of really cool things to look at today. But Field of Glory 2 is just not a graphic engine update. No, my friends. It is much more than that. It's being published by Slitherine Games, so I want to give them a shout out and let them know I do appreciate the beta key from them, and so I'm able to bring this to you ahead of time so you guys can check out Field of Glory 2. Again, you can go to Slitherine.com, check out all the information on their website about this upcoming title. So, as I mentioned, Field of Glory 2 is not just a graphic overhaul to the game engine. There is probably, in my opinion, the biggest change to the game that is going to make things so much better. Now, Field of Glory was an awesome game to begin with. It didn't have the graphic interface, but the game engine behind the system was solid as a rock, and there was no complaints whatsoever for that. So getting a brand new Field of Glory with an updated graphic interface and the graphic design of the maps and everything is awesome. Higher Ground Gaming has joined us in the chat. Let's see here. Oh yeah. Thanks a lot. Appreciate that. I will definitely check that out. I look forward to seeing that. Have you tried it with the new options yet? Let me know in the chat if you've tried that. Anyways, as we go through that, so as I mentioned, so not only do we get Field of Glory with a brand new graphic engine, but they've made a change to the gaming system that I think is going to alter the actual gameplay mechanics of the game, and I'm going to spend a few minutes going over that with you. There are quite a few things to talk about in this game, but first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to load up a game that I had saved, so we can take a look at it, and I'm going to talk about the biggest change that I think is coming to the game, and it doesn't seem like much. It does not seem like much to most players out there, but I'm telling you, it is going to alter the game structure immensely. So just like most wargaming systems, there is a series of phases that things go through. There's a battle phase, then there's a ranged combat phase, then there's a melee phase. So there's different phases of the game during a turn. And this game is very familiar if you have played any of the Pike and Shot campaign game, or if you played Shidoku Jijahai. Very similar, although obviously Pike and Shot, you used muskets and pikes and weapons such as that. Obviously, in Shigocho Chudai, it was a Japanese-themed base. But those games are very similar in how they were structured and everything. This is not just a brand new interface for this game, as I mentioned. The most important aspect of this game is it changes how battle resolution during a turn happens. So let me explain what that means if you're unfamiliar with this. So if you played Shigocho Jidai or Pike and Shot and Pike and Shot, when two enemy units engaged one another in close combat, they were basically locked in combat. And, if I choose this unit, I can't run off and fight somebody else because we're locked in combat. We can't do anything about it. And what would happen is, at the end of your turn, the computer would auto-simulate all of these combats. This is going to happen one way or the other because these units are locked in combat. So at the end of the turn, it's going to go through the close combat phase. And in the close combat phase, these two units are going to fight one another and get some kind of resolution on it. The most exciting things, hey, thanks a lot, Higher Ground Gaming. I appreciate you stopping in. The biggest change to this is still going to happen. So that's not going to change. What's going to change is now the fact that you can actually you don't have to wait till the end of the turn for that combat to happen. And what that does is it opens a bunch of tactical situations. So what ended up happening in Shigocho Jihai or Pike and Shot is your units, you'd spend a couple turns, you'd move them up, and then they'd engage in close combat. And then there'd be like 20 units that are engaged in close combat, and you wouldn't have much to do during the turn, except for those units that were no longer engaged in combat. And you didn't really have much choice in what order they resolved in. Well, now with the new update in Fields of Glory 2, you can actually use your close combats during your turn. You don't have to wait till the end of the turn. And this is going to bring in a lot of more strategy into the game, because what's going to happen is you can now help determine what's going to happen during your player turn. So, for example, we know that sometimes when an enemy unit breaks, it runs away, and your units try to chase it down. You don't have to wait till the end of the turn, and that can open up avenues for your different units. So you can see right here our Noble Cavalry and this Javelin here. You see how they're locked in battle. So at the end of the turn, if I don't do anything, what ends up happening is we're going to have a close combat. The computer's going to automatically do this attack. But now, with Field of Glory 2, we can, during our player turn, decide whether or not we want to activate this combat now. And what difference does that make? Well, if I don't do anything, at the end of the turn, these two are going to fight, and they're going to resolve the combat, and then we're going to move on to the player turn. But in this situation, because Field of Glory 2 uses that new, the new ability to have you resolve your close combats during your player turn, I can now I can say, okay, well, I want this guy. Maybe I want this guy to go into this space and attack this unit from the side. I can't do that in Pike and Shot or Shigocho Jihai because all these combats happen at the end of the turn. But in Field of Glory 2, I can say, you know what? Let's have this unit attack this unit, and it might scare it away or break it or rout it. It might run away, and that'll give me the opportunity to move this unit. So let's see what happens. So I'm going to just, yep, it broke. See, because of the new system, this is perfect. I couldn't have planned it better. Because of this new system, I have now got many more tactical options to show and choose through the battle turn. Instead of having to wait until the end of the turn and having the computer auto-resolve all these combats, I can choose which ones I want to wait till the end of the turn, and I can also take advantage of the fact that I can activate my close combat ahead of time. This one simple little change to this game is going to really change how tactical these battles are and how much user input you're going to have. So I am very, very excited about this. I mean, it's not a big change, but the change that happened is so massive to the tactical structure of the player's turn. So now I've opened this area up because I didn't have to wait till the end of the turn. And now this unit can actually come up and it can move into this space, and now it can flank this unit, or maybe I want to move this unit up into this space. If I had to wait till the end of the turn, I would never be afforded that tactical option. So that's what I was talking about, and the fact that not only are we getting a updated graphic engine, which, by the way, looks totally awesome, and really, really looks good. You see the player, or you see the little characters moving around. There's a lot more to this interface. It looks awesome. It plays awesome. But the tactical options that this game now gives the players during a player turn is amazing. It's going to just make this game so good. Oops, you know what? I got all this while I have my text on. I'm sorry about that. Apologize for that. So, yeah, when I'm talking about why Fields of Glory 2 is going to be a great game, like I said, that one little change to the game is going to really, really change how much input you have. As I mentioned, I like Shigoku Jihai, and I'm probably saying that wrong. And I like Pike and Shot. I'm not very good at them. That's a different story, but I like those game systems. The problem I always had with them is the fact that it would always come down to this big mosh pit where your units would all of a sudden get in close combat and they would stand there for several rounds just beating down one another. Not much happening going on. And because you didn't have any tactical options to decide what combats you wanted to have, or because you didn't it wasn't built into the system to be able to do that, you basically just sat around waiting for units to break one another or have your units broken. Now I can decide what I want to do. So let's look at another situation just to maybe we can get lucky here. So you can see these two units here are Warband and the enemy Roman Legionnaires. And if I rotate the camera just right here, there we go. You can see that they have these nice little arrows here. These two units are engaged in combat. And at the end of the round, they're going to have close combat. But Field of Glory 2 now has the option where you can resolve your close combats during your player turn. So I can say to myself, do I want this to happen now, or do I want it to wait until the end of the turn? What tactical advantage might it give me to do that or not do that? So, for example, I have our noble cavalry here with Dutras, son of Coronix. And right now he can come over here and he can hit these guys on the flank, and he might break them, and he might have them run away. And if they run away, then this unit was no longer being close combat with it. So that frees this unit up to go and maybe attack this other Roman Legionnaires. Or it frees them up to turn over this way so they're not flanking. So this one very simple change in how the ability to be able to resolve your close combats either at the end of your round automatically by the computer or during your player turn, is going to change the tactical nature of this game tenfold. It is totally awesome change, and it gives the player more options. It gives them more strategy. It brings more player feedback into it. As I mentioned, you know, the issue I always had with those other games, even though I love them and I'm not very good at them, was the fact that it just turned into a big mosh pit, and you didn't have enough control over your units. Now, oh my God, you have all the options that you need. Now, of course, if I decide to have this guy attack this guy, it might just end up resolving the close combat. It could be an equal battle and nothing happened, and it doesn't change my tactical options, but it just gives me that choice. It gives the player more choices now on what to do and how to use your units. They're much more involved in your player turn than in previous titles. Oh, it's just wonderful. Absolutely just wonderful. So I wanted to just kind of explain what I'm talking about when I'm talking about the one simple little change that's going to happen to this game. And I felt it was needed an explanation so I can show you exactly what I'm talking about. Nothing else has changed. The battle turn, the phases are all pretty much the same. And if you don't resolve your combats during your player turn, your close combats, they will automatically resolve at the end of the turn, just like normal. The only change is the fact that you can now resolve your close combats during your player turn. And as we've seen, it's going to just open a lot of tactical abilities for you, and a lot more decisions to be made. And kind of puts a lot more strategy back into the units and playing the scenarios. So let's go back to the main menu, take a look at what actually comes in this game. Again, this is the beta version of Field of Glory 2. Everything is subject to change. There is some tutorials that you can play through, kind of give you the overview of the game, how things operate, how things work, etc., etc. There are three different, looks like three practice scenarios are coming with the game. You can definitely check these out. You have battles. We have campaigns. We have multiplayer, where you can play against your friends or enemies, whichever it happens to be. Or there is a built-in editor. What does that mean? Oh my gosh. That just means there's going to be people out there making so much content for this game. I am so looking forward to final release of this game, and I'm so happy I'm in the beta. It's amazing. I've been watching Slytherin has done some live streams on Field of Glory 2. I highly recommend you go to their YouTube channel and check those out. And I know that also a YouTuber out there, Agrippa Maximus, does an awesome job with his videos. He has also done some Field of Glory 2, so highly recommend you check out his channel as well. You can just go in and type in Field of Glory 2 at the YouTube, and you can pull up those videos. Everything I've seen about this game so far has really got me excited about it. In fact, I haven't been as excited for a game in a long time, to tell you the truth. I'm very excited what this game's going to bring. Just so much content and so much good tactical strategy that you're going to have to use to win the day on the battlefield. All right, so we have battles. If we look on that, we can just fight now. We just jump straight into a quick battle. You don't need to set anything up. It just randomly determines a quick battle for you. You can also create your own quick battle. You can also choose a quick battle. So in this case, if we click on that, It's going to load it up. And we're going to pick our side. So we can say, there's ancient British, there's Armenians, Carthaginians, Celtic, Macedonian, Parthenic, Pontic, Pyrrhic, Roman, Seleucid, Slave Revolt, Spanish, and Caesarean. So I could say, you know what, I want to be the Romans, and I'm going to fight against the, I don't know, let's say the Spanish, sure. And then it'll automatically let you pick a conflict. In this case, it's the Lusitanian War, 153 BC. If I chose, say, the Celtic and the Romans, you notice it will restrict what your choices are based upon what side you pick. So if I choose Roman, then it would pretty much give me everyone. But say if I chose the Macedonian, I'm only going to get one choice, the Romans. And of course, it's going to give me my little different campaign. So, and then I just hit create, and we're off and running. Awesome, awesome. So that is the quick battles. Now, oh my God, here we go. Custom battles. What is this, you say? Yeah, this is where we get to basically create a scenario from scratch. Right now, we are in the Rise of Rome module. I'm assuming that they'll probably come up with other modules out here. Notice I have a dummy module. That was something I had downloaded off the internet to test things out. But Rise of Rome is the default module, and that will ship with the game. Once I choose that, I can choose any one of an absolute slew of different time periods and countries and units. So I can choose Pakluk, which will just randomly, it gives me a random army. Or I can say, you know what, I want to be the Arabs from 312 BC to 476 AD. Or I want to be the Byzantine from 297 to 74 BC. Again, based upon your decision here, you'll have a choice of different units you can go and fight against. And I think it tries to keep units in the same era, if that makes sense. So you're not fighting like old ancient versus new ancient. But don't quote me on that. I'm not 100% sure. But if I wanted to take the Byzantine versus the Greek, and then all kinds of different ways to set up your scenario, which is, I believe, new in this version of the game. So we have an open battle, which basically you're going to be fighting force on force, just like we were seeing, kind of where you get two forces coming at one another. We have reinforcements, where we caught the enemy while their army is divided. We must defeat them before nightfall. Otherwise, their forces will be able to combine and outwit us. So we have an advantage in probably manpower, but we are restricted on how many turns we have, so we have to be quick and fast about it. Same thing except for the opposite. The enemy's caught us off guard. We have a set force march. So we've trying to outflank and surprise our enemy with a flanking maneuver. We have a rear guard, which is basically a survival mode. We have advanced guard, where our army and the enemy army have blundered into one another on the march. So neither one of us was really prepared for battle. We just kind of engaged one another. Remove the head. Basically kill the enemy commander-in-chief. So your object isn't to win the battle, but kill the enemy leader and protect your own. And of course, last but not least, escort the barrage train. So we're advancing into enemy territory. We must protect our barrage train at all costs. So probably a little protection mode is some of our units can't die during the scenario or something like that. So all kinds of different modes to play in, and wow, that's just amazing. Of course, We have our force size. We can go anywhere from very small to medium to large to very large. And based upon our force size, it'll give us a map of, either appropriate nature. So if I want a medium, I have to have at least a medium-sized map. Otherwise, our units will be just standing on top of one another, not doing anything. Lots of different details there. Map types. We have Mediterranean agriculture, Mediterranean hilly and wooded and mountains. We have North European agriculture, hilly, wooded, and mountains. We have Middle East agriculture, hilly, wooded, and mountains. We have steppes, we have desert, and we have tropical. So that is, oh my God, just so much good stuff. Let's try a steppe. For your force selection, you can just use default, or you can have it auto do it for you. And you can show or disable the advanced options, so you can see how many forces each unit's going to get, approximate value, the width of the battlefield, the height of the battlefield, and the turn limit. And of course, you can then fine-tune this. So our army is the Byzantines from 297 to 74 BC. We're going to fight against the Greeks from 280 to 228 BC. So somewhere around 270, 260, 250, 240, 230, or 220 BC, this fight possibly could have happened. And then, of course, what we do is we hit create. And it's going to randomly generate a map. So every single time, there are no preset maps in this. It will generate a random map with random units that you can use to build your army. So here's our objective: rout the enemy, blah blah blah, number of turns, etc., etc. And there we go. So you can see here we have some more units that we can buy with a certain amount of points. Here's their quality, how many of units are available. We have 981 available. You notice it gave us a set amount to start with. So we can say, you know what, we want some more veteran cavalry. We're going to choose one of them. We're going to choose two. We're going to choose three of them bad boys right off the bat. We're down to 800. And then I can click on those and decide. Or, even better, poof, computer, do it for me. And you know what? Computer, auto deploy, because I'm ready to get fighting. And I hit accept and we're ready to go. Except for I'm actually in deployment mode. 360 degree zoom in, zoom out, as you can see, just like previous titles. Right? That is a lot of dudes. Man, oh man, that's a lot of dudes. So in deployment mode, basically what we do is we just take our units, move them around until we get into, a position we like, and then we hit the start button. I'm not going to play this scenario. I'm just kind of showing you guys random scenarios here. So it looks like our light javelin are going to get to start outside our startup area. We got some cavalry here. I'll put these on that flank there. We are going to get into a battle and get to fight a battle here shortly. I just wanted to show you that. And then, of course, we just say, boom, we're ready. And then we can see what we're up against. Very interesting. So these are the Greeks. So again, zoom in, 360 degree angle. Another new feature they're adding into this game is basically when you click on a unit and you say, okay, I want to move up there. You notice there's now a new button here that gives you move whole command. And you will notice all the units that are highlighted with this, I guess, dark blue, blackish background are part of this whole command. So I can now move them all at one time. So super cool and useful. Giving players options and abilities to make the game easier, faster, and funner. Great idea. Awesome. Well, you're going to turn this guy over there. And same thing here. We're going to say, you know what? Oh, move everyone. I don't need to move you one at a time. I mean, you can. You don't need to do that. But, you know, technically in the beginning of these battles, it usually comes down to both armies positioning and moving their units towards one another. So there's no sense in individually moving each unit time after time after time. So we'll just go ahead and confirm. He's going to use the straight line tactics. All right. So there are buttons here, more tools down here on the bottom bottom right hand corner. We click that and it gives us some options here. So we can do things like show me the next unit that hasn't moved. So you can double check and make sure you moved all your units you want to move. Show the next unit that hasn't shot. Toggle your line of fire. Toggle your visibility. So if I click on this unit, it'll show me the units that are the spaces that are not visible to me. That's ultra important so you don't get units trapped off in the forest. You're not sure what they can see or what they can't see. I wouldn't leave this on all the time, but it might be something that you obviously want to keep. You can toggle your command range. So if we click on our leader here, Dalbosa, son of Rerolus, is our commander-in-chief. Notice his little super cool flag. And you notice that now we have this big blue circle around him. That is our commander's range. So any unit outside that will not get the benefit of our leaders. I'm playing against the computer. I am playing against the computer at this time. Good question in the chat. Thanks for joining me. Appreciate it. Basically, I'm not really playing this scenario at this time. I'm just kind of showing everybody the new options and what's coming in the game. That's pretty much all I've really done here. I wanted to just kind of create a scenario to show people how easy it was. When you click on a unit, just like all the other tactical games of this sort, you're going to get the information down there in the bottom about the units. If you decide you want to attack a unit, it's going to give you the impact. So that's basically our first forte into this fight. We're going to have a 27% chance to win it. There's going to be a 67% chance of a draw, meaning we'll take about the same losses. And there's going to be a 6% chance that the enemy will win the fight. Once we are engaged in melee and we've locked in combat, we would have a 97% chance of winning. They would have a 0% chance of winning, and it would be a draw 3% of the time. So this is going to be a very good fight for us. Although we can see that these guys are light javelin horses. So if we go up there to attack them, all they're going to do is evade and run away. And what that's going to end up doing, is they're going to run away. We're going to chase after them, and then our unit's going to be down here just getting swarmed by a bunch of enemies. So things to think about, right? There are options down here in the bottom left-hand corner, tools as well. So you can see the briefing report. You can see your unit lists if you wanted to, kind of keep track of what your units were doing, if they were steady, how many units they have, whatever. You have the casualty report. Right now we don't have any casualties. The combat log. And a lot of these things are pop-up windows, so you can basically just kind of put this up there in the corner and leave it there if you wanted. And then you have a top-down view, which basically gives you a balloon eye view of what's going on in the battlefield. I like this option, although I think it could be a little bit more useful if it gave you like icons for the different units, so I could see from here. Otherwise, I have to zoom back down, so it doesn't really give me a great tactical advantage there. So that's a custom battle. Let's go back to the main menu here. We'll set up another custom battle here. It doesn't take but 10 seconds to do it. And then we have our epic battles. So we looked at fight now, we looked at quick battles, we have custom battles. Now let's look at epic battles. What are epic battles, you might say? Well, they're just what you think. They're epic battles already set up for you in the game that you can get into and play. No setup whatsoever on your part. So we can go and play the Battle of Cain here, the Carthaginians and the Romans in 1216 BC. And you can see it comes with 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 or so scenarios. These are going to be epic battles, so they're probably going to be bigger in size and scope. And then you'll have options on which side you wanted to play. And again, this is just the beta version. I don't know. They might be working on some more scenarios to add to the game. At this point, I don't know that. But these are, again, since this is a beta, things might change. Some of these scenarios might be taken out. There might be scenarios added. We just won't know until final release. So that's pretty much the fight now, the battles. All right, we also have campaigns. You can see there are 5 different campaigns that come with this. Rise of Rome campaigns, Julius Caesar, Hannibal, Ministerius of Pontus, and Pharaohs of Iapus? I'm not sure. I'm probably butchering some of these. Apologize for that. It gives you an overview over there, and you can then select it and launch it. I'm not going to really, it's pretty much a campaign. So you're going to fight through a series of battles, basically. You're going to go in and fight a battle. I'm assuming you're going to take units from one battle in the next battle, and then kind of proceed against a campaign map in a series of linked battles, basically. So that's that option. Of course, we have the multiplayer, which we talked about in the beginning, and then the editor. So we can get in and select a mod for the scenario. We can select that, I guess, maybe. Let's see. Of course, all these little tips are really cool and helpful down there at the bottom. All right, here's the editor, blah, blah, blah. Scenario editor. All right, and then we can basically get in here and kind of, we can say, I want woods. Although, rough ground. I can put rough ground in here. There we go. Again, this is just beta. So I think some of this may or may not be already to go on it. So anyways, that's the editor. You're just going to paint the different textures on there. Once you have, you can actually place objects. We can say, all right, here's a, let's see, here's a forest. Here is the forest edge. Now, then you're going to get in and add in all kinds of things, including, you can add the text marker. You can change the conditions. Wow, okay, cool. You can make it raining, lightning, all kinds of different things, which is not really my cup of tea, but I'm sure there's going to be like people that are going to be like, this is great, I love this. All right, how do we get out of this? Thank you. Let me out. Okay. Probably a button I need to click on to get rid of that, but let's see. Can I quit? That'll quit the game. Unfortunately, I'll just have to quit out and come back in. So you guys will just have a blank screen there for a second. It's coming right back already. Look at that. Quick load. I love that. There we go. All right, so that was the editor. That's pretty much a lot of it. So if you are just joining me, I'm going to go through my one and most important thing that I have to talk about in this whole video, besides showing you guys some gameplay. Here is the settings screen. I have the sound effect and music turned way down, so that way you guys can hear me okay. But there's the settings I have anyways. I'm going to load a previous game, and we're going to talk about it one more time because we have quite a few people that just joined us. Field of Glory 2 now gives you much more tactical decisions to make during your player turn, and it's going to put the power back into the players, and it's because they've made one simple little change to the game. One simple little change, unlike Shigoku Jidai or Pike and Shot. Units that are locked in combat, as you can see we have these little icons here, units that are locked in combat, you can now resolve these combats during your player turn. So you can choose whether or not to wait till the end of the turn. I'm going to get rid of the combat log. There we go. And I showed you this earlier, but for example, here's the situation we have right here, where we have these noble cavalry and we have these javelin. They're going to fight at the end of the player turn. It's automatically, the computer is going to auto-resolve this close combat. But in Field of Glory 2, you can now resolve any of your combats during your player turn if you want. So I can say, yes, I want to fight this right now. Why would I want to do that? Well, let's say that this unit, I need to get them up in here and fight another unit, or I want them to move up here into this space, or, you know, there's lots of other things. If you play Pike and Shot or Shigoku Jidai, what happens is the big mosh pit effect is what I call it, where all the units kind of get together and then they lock in combat, and you don't really have any control over what happens. And now you do, because you can resolve these combats during your player turn if you think it's going to help you tactically. So if I needed to move this unit, maybe it was flanked, maybe there was an enemy unit down here that was going to attack it next turn from its back, I wanted to get this unit out of here. I don't want the computer to auto-resolve this at the end of my turn. If I can get this unit to break and run away, then I can move this unit. So let's see if we can do that. There we go. Just like that. Boom. That simple little thing was not possible in Pike and Shot and Shigoku Jidai. And it's going to add so much tactical strategy to the players. It's going to be amazing. Absolutely amazing. Because now it frees this unit up. I can now move this unit. If I had to wait till the end of the turn, that would not be possible. And that one simple change to the system is really puts the strategy back in the players and takes it out of the computer auto-resolving all of these combats. I don't need to auto-resolve them. These two units right here, the War Band and the Roman Legionnaires, they're locked in close combat. At the end of the turn, if I don't do anything, the computer will still auto-resolve this fight. And that's just part of the system and everything just like before. The only difference is now I have the option to say I want to do this now and not wait. Again, for strategic options, because let me see if I can scroll over. It's always a pain in the ass trying to scroll to the right. Come on. There we go. All right. So you can see I have this Dultris, son of Chironix, my sub-general here. He's sitting on the hill, and he can charge these units right here, get a flank attack on them. Now the question is, do I want to resolve this combat ahead of time? Is there any tactical reason why I would want to do that? So maybe I do. Maybe let's say that this Legionnaire unit was right here, and it had the enemy general in it, which I think this one actually does. Yes, it has the commander-in-chief. If this unit, let's just say, was right in this spot, if I was able to break this unit and have it run away, then my unit could charge in on this unit. All these tactical options that I'm talking about are not possible in the older versions, and that's why, for me personally, Field of Glory 2 is going to be just a tactical gem. It's going to be the amount of content that comes in this game, and the ability to play random scenarios, the ability to create your own scenarios. I have nothing but the highest thoughts that this game is going to achieve. So let's go ahead and play a scenario, shall we? Let's go back to the main menu. Let's do that. Let's play a scenario. All right, let's go into the battles. We're going to create our own custom battle. I am going to play as Rome. I played only 1 or 2 battles. I have not played very much of this game, but I am going to play as Rome. I was playing, that scenario we were playing, I was the Galtics, and I was playing against the Romans. And these Romans have such tough units. They cost a lot, so you don't get as many of them, but man, they're so tough. And then we're going to have the computer. The computer is going to play, let's say the Greeks. Sure. And we're going to do, let's just do a normal open battle. We're going to play with small size. We'll play on a medium map, so this way we can still maybe flank around. And we're going to play in the North European agriculture. And we're going to create, see what we get. All right, so we want to rout at least 40% of the enemy troops and have 25% more than we've lost, or rout 60% of their troops, or 24 turns, 23 remaining. I am just going to have the computer autofill for me and auto deploy, because that's how I roll. All right, we're in deployment mode. We can still actually get in and deploy. So what did we end up getting? We got a commander-in-chief. We're going to move him back in the middle. We have raw legionnaires. We have some javelin. We have some Italian foot, marsh foot. Hastati precepts, I think is how you say that. I don't know if we want to just... That is... So there's some raw legionnaires. Let's close. You know what? We're going to... I'm going to leave a little bit of gap between... There we go. And then we can always fill them in as needed. All right, there we go. So, boom, done. All right, here they come. They have some archers, like your... Okay. Just going to move everyone up. These guys did not move because these guys... cannot shoot you. All right, gotta move that guy up there. That looks good. Let's see here. Is there anything over on this flank? Come on. Come on. Sure, we'll just move everyone up. There we go. Javelin. They have some mercenary hoplites. They have some Theriori. You know what? We don't have a single cavalry unit. Okay. And away we go. We've taken 14 losses, 13 losses, and they're going to come in. We held firm. We do have this big, interesting, we have this big lake on our left flank, which is very cool. Again, random maps created. Okay, come on. It's very hard to scroll to the right because I got two monitors and I'm recording on one, so I have to keep it so my mouse cursor likes to go off the right side. So not part of the game, it's just the way I have things set up on my end of the computer. So we're going to bring up some reinforcements here. We could charge them. Very close, you can see there. Very close. These are light javeliners, so we're going to move there. Still can't shoot you. We're going to... let's undo that. I did not mean to do that. I just meant to turn them. Okay, I meant to click on this unit to go there. And this unit... I'm going to leave them back. I want my big boys to come up. Italian foot, raw legionnaires. Okay, well, we're within shooting range now. So 4 to 14 casualty. We turn, it'll be 6 to 22. We can attack them. Let's go ahead and rotate and shoot. 18. Shoot. I'm going to move up one space there. And we're going to move up that. Everyone moved. Let's get our tools out here so we can see. You guys. Yes, I want to keep these guys back because these guys are going to move forward. And I don't want them fighting off against these medium foot. Here's a heavy foot. The hoplites, of course. All right, so I think they charged us, so now we're locked. They're throwing some more javelins. They're bringing up their dudes. Here we go. This is going to be a heck of a battle. Let's find out. They're keeping their lines pretty much straight across. I am doing... oh, and they got... oh, here we go. They're charging us. We have an impact. So the yellow numbers mean it was a tie. Basically, the fight was equal. No one won, no one lost. Now, you know, we might lose, say, 15 units, and they might only lose 10. But all in all, it was considered a draw. Anytime you see a red number, that means, you know, one side won or one side lost the fight. So we're looking for red numbers on them, not for us. Now this guy's going to kind of flank us here, so this is going to be a problem. So these guys are now engaged in combat, just like any of the other games in the series. I need you to get up here quickly, because these guys are going to double team this guy. Bring him around. Still can't shoot. These javelin men only have a range of 1 on them, which kind of not good. All right. Let's see. Come on, slide over to the right, please. Come on. Again, it's not part of the game. It's part of my setup that I have for recording. I have to have my chat open in and my recording software, so I have to have my other computer on, so I don't get that. So when I go to the left, you see how easy it works. So it's not part of the game. Don't worry about that. So I can engage these guys. We will have an advantage. We'll be 2 on 1, but these guys are going to, join us. All right, go ahead. We're going to fight them. Charge, impact. Throw in, and 9 and 10. Pretty equal fight there. You. Throw some javelins on these guys. 16, all right. You guys already moved. Thank you. I could just bloop. There we go. Ah, boy. So we are heavy foot. They are heavy. No, I'm sorry. They're medium foot. Four to 44. Or I'm sorry, 14 to 44. Yeah, let's throw some slings in them. 31 guys died. You can see if I click on this unit now. You see I have 429 strength. They originally had 460 strength. I can move a unit up. All right, move up there. Throw some casualties. I think I'm actually going to leave these guys right there, actually. Remove these guys in there, and not enough action points to move. Move these guys over there. Bring these guys as backup. Aha! What do we have here? Probably going to run away because he's a light javelin horse. So they're going to be like skirmishers. They're going to come in, throw, run away. So if I bring my other units, there we go. And they evaded and ran away, so it'll take them a couple turns to get back. And we got a free move up on it, so that's kind of good. We're going to bring you up there. All right, I think I want to keep everyone back. Ooh, we got a red. So that means they had to make a check. It might have been a fragmentation check or route check or something like that. They basically lost the fight, but they held firm. So there's still nothing wrong with this unit whatsoever. They're fighting decently, but now we got a dual combo going on them. We'll see how that works out for us, as now it's the computer's turn. So we have melee going on. We fragmented the enemy and they fell back. Good. Even fight there, and now that unit's retreating. That unit's retreating. We've got charged. We're trying to evade. Charge and evade again. Charge and evade. Charged and impact. Oop. And talk about that here in a second. Got units. Right. We got another good result against them. All right, so this is funny. I just wanted to show you guys this. It's kind of cute. Come on, I gotta roll. So there we go. Go to the right. Notice this guy's flag is like trembling. It's like ah. So the guy holding his flag is like, no, no, we want to run away. So you see he's fragmented there. I just thought that was kind of funny, kind of good, kind of good. All right, so we'll start over here on the right flank here. So let's look. This guy here, steady. And we're going to throw some javelins at him. 17. Now this guy here, going to move him up. Throw some javelins there. And shoot at those guys. And we disrupted them. And notice, new in this version as well, that unit just fell over and died. So you can kind of tell how much strength you have left by the amount of men still standing. So notice they come with like 4 guys originally. Now they're down to 3 guys. And notice they only have 175 of 228 remaining. So I'm assuming when they get to like half fire or half strength, they're going to be like another guy die. So that's super cool because then you can kind of just see at a glance what's going on with your units. All right, now this is going to be a problem here. These guys are going to be a problem. Bring these guys up and around. It's going to take a little while. These guys are going to do nothing but turn to face off against the Theori. So we got Hastati versus Theori. There is, in the options menu, is it settings, I believe? Yeah. So you can turn on close combat reports. Right now I have it off. There's a simple report and then there's a detailed report. We'll go switch to simple for a little bit so you guys can see what that looks like when we actually have a combat here. That one's out of range. Turn around. You turn around as well. You guys ran away. They kind of evaded when these guys came up, which is smart, smart guys. Okay, so what are we going to do? So now, actually, let's go into detailed reports. Oh, I'm wondering if I have to hit the accept button. Is that why it didn't? Oh, that's the after report. I got you. Okay. So scroll over to the right a little bit. Thank you. So we can come and fight this guy. We have better impact than him. That's unit. Problem is, he's a little bit tougher than our units. Quality's above average for our units. They are protected. We only have some armor. So, well, we can't have these guys just mow right down the middle. They'll just kill our slingers and javelins. So we can basically kind of lock this guy up. Oh, we got an excellent. We got a. All right, so this is the detailed report. All right, so it gives you. Al, Red Sox fan, thanks for joining me. I had Higher Ground Gaming in here a little bit earlier. This is the detailed report, which in this game you're looking for your points of advantage that give you obviously advantages against your enemy. So in this case, it gives you all the information. So we are an impact foot soldier, so we got plus 200. We got our troop quality, so plus 25. The enemy gets 100 because they're an offensive spearmen. It gives you our net point of advantage, which is 125. Our modifier is plus 40%. Our combat modifier is none. And you could really find, understand the game by just looking through this and understanding how the results happened. Results was we won. We had 14 casualties. The enemies got 44. Amazingly, despite their um, perilous situation, the enemy held firm. But this is good for us. That is actually very good that we got that advantage. Now, if we had another unit to sneak in over there, which we don't, because the Roman units, I believe, cost more. If we had another unit, we could take advantage. We're going to have a problem over here in this general area. So, you. Yeah, we're gonna lock down the middle here. Oh, we got another good result. So enemy unit is disrupted. So when enemy units are disrupted, they fight at severely limited. Come on, give us a good result here, buddy. Come on. Oh my gosh. We held them, or they held back, but then they decided to run after all. So we got 3 good results with that. I'm thinking about even bringing my leader over. Well, if we could get a breakthrough here. Yeah, 4 casualties, 6 casualties. Not much happened in that fight. We have a 100% chance to win that fight, though. All right, I'm going to take it off of detailed and just go back to simple. Accept. Go back. All right. The enemy general, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm not sure yet. You are Javelin Man. Javelin Man. I could bring him up here and then shoot at this hoplite unit. I think I might just do that. 10 to 20 casualties. 6 to 22. These are medium foot. These are undrilled units. These are heavy foot. So, all right, throw some javelins. I'd actually like to bring this guy up there, but at this point, not ready for that. All right, so let's look at our left flank here. So we have an 80% chance of losing this fight. So we don't want to activate that. These guys are... Oh, this is the commander-in-chief here. This is where their commander-in-chief is. No wonder we have a 0% chance. We've thrown raw legionnaires up against their commander-in-chief. So we need to get up there and support them. Yeah, we don't have much chance, but we have to... All right, so this is the simple. It basically gives you just all the important information without the point of advantages, but I highly recommend that you keep the point of advantages on so you start learning them. So it's pretty much an even fight. I want you... No, it's not good enough. I want you... I'm going to move you there. And we're just going to keep you in that position. All right. We are going to... These guys are going to be tough to beat. But we're going to do a little triple action on him. So eventually he's going to break, right? And actually... There, disrupted again. Now we can bring this guy over here. There we go. All right, anybody we miss? Yes. I really, really need somebody over here on the right flank. It take them several turns. Just turn around is going to take a whole turn. Then another turn to go here, another turn to go here. It's going to take them like 4 turns to get over there. That's why initial placement of the unit is so important. Right now we're just going to turn you that way. General, do we want to bring our general over here is the question. Come on, slide over to the right. Bring him over to help support there. But as he moves this way, now I think we'll just leave him right where he's at. All right. So we have that fight that's really bad for us. A tie, that's just fine with us, especially since it's their enemy commander-in-chief. So a tie is awesome. All right, equal terms, 20 to 15. Oh, they charged our unit here. That's our javeliners. So that was actually pretty good result for us. Javeliners versus their Theropi, and they ended up having 16 killed, and we only had 3 killed. That's pretty good. Oh, and we had another good result against them. And another. Wow, we are either getting really, really lucky, or I'm just so much better in this game than I thought. All right, that was an even fight. All right, some of his units are starting to come back now. We're evading his cavalry units. He's charged us. We evaded. His units retreating. Notice, still shaking. We got melee going on. Uh-oh. That was not good for us. We've now fallen back. He broke. Excellent. So he's running for his life there. Notice there's only 2 guys left. We lost 2 guys. He lost 24. He breaks. Whenever a unit breaks, all these surrounding units need to make a morale check. Let's hope some of them break as well. Oh, they fragmented and got pushed back as well. This is going rather well, knock on wood. Oh, it broke. And you notice where it says held firm, held firm. So this unit and this unit both had to make a morale check because this unit broke. Fortunately for them, they both passed their morale check. Unfortunately for us, but there's times where you can have like 1 unit break, it causes another unit to break, which causes another unit to break. All right, these were all pretty much even fights. All right, so since it's easier for me to scroll left than right, we're going to start on the right flank. If I can get my little doohickey to go over the right, thank you. All right, let's see what we got. So we got a unit that chased somebody. He's way out of position. Oops, we're just going to run it back here and then turn it around. There we go. All right, so it's like, All right, you guys. I'm going to bring you back up here. You, turn around. You, nope, not enough action points. So to move, fight, turn, action points. You don't have enough, you're not going to do it. So we're going to bring these guys way up in there. So try to lock these guys in position, then these javelins can step up, throw their javelins. That'll do some serious damage to them. All right, you Can't hit them. These guys are locked in combat. How is the combat? Pretty even. But if we can move this guy up and shoot there, 17, and another 21. That's nothing to write home about. One of their guys died. 2, 4, 6. They had 8 units. Now they're down to 7. So that's cool. You can't do much. You, I think I am going to bring you over this way. All right, you locked in combat. How's that fight going? Oh yeah, that good fight's going swimmingly. Problem is we now have this unit on our flank, flankety flank. So he's flanked us. It's only a javelin, so it's not like a really bad unit. I think, again, tactical decision. Do I want to fight this or do I want it to go to the end of the round? I think I don't want to do anything with that yet. We'll come back to you. You? Yes. Fight. All right. Enemy unit fragmented. Excellent. Now we can get an impact on that guy. That could break him. Yes, it does. Chase his ass down. Ah, beautiful. Oh, look at that. Did you just see what happened there? That was awesome. All right, so the unit was here, fighting the enemy unit here. It broke and it started running. Well, this unit moved up, and when it moved up, there was another unit there. So it automatically engaged that unit there, which broke and started running. So our unit that was here moved up. There was another enemy unit here, which he ended up fighting, and that unit turned around and retreated as well. So just the fact that you can get your close combat to happen during your player turn, you can see the tactical decisions that can now happen are just, well, I got 3. That's like a power stack just waiting to jump on somebody. All right, you target's in close combat, so we can't shoot at it, hey? Okay, what do we want to do with these units? We have some Hastati. We could bring them up, and they can join in the fight. I think that's a good option. So once again, we got 2 units on 1. These are javelin, but I'm actually going to bring my guy right there, and then I'm going to shoot these guys in the flank. Or do I want to shoot these guys in the flank? Okay, this guy needs to come up and start helping. So we've broken through his lines, and now we've got him. Remember how they came all at single line at us? Notice how now they've got units that are back here. They've got some forward units. So I think we did well there. All right, we still have our 2 on 1 here, so no sense in coming up. You are javelin. You can only throw 1 space. And everyone's locked in combat, so there's nowhere for you to really go. So we just want you to... Oh, this guy's not. I could move him here and throw. Let's do that. All right, there we go. That's not bad. These guys here will just fill in. This area is going to be tough. We need to knock some of these guys out and then squish his commander-in-chief over here against the lake. All right, who else hasn't moved? You have not moved yet. These guys look at him. Ah, don't hurt me, don't hurt me. Come after that guy, but that guy, no. We could turn and fight this guy. But if we turn our flank to him, these guys could hit us in the flank. That's not good. We could just leave him here. We could just come into this spot here so these guys can come down and help this guy. Or I could just leave him there. I think I'm going to just actually leave him there. All right, that's it. So end of turn. So he's routing, running away. These guys are routing. He's got 3 units that are routing. Uh-oh. Our unit become disrupted. Okay, not good. Oh, and his stupid unit rallied. And that unit dispersed, which means it's permanently gone out of the game. All the units just take off, run away. They have nothing left of it, so it's gone for good. And notice we are now -8. Greeks are at 18%. So we need to get them up to, what did I say? 40% and have at least 25 more than the enemy. He held firm. Uh-oh, we got disrupted. We're falling back. Okay. Uh-oh. Another loss by us here. Okay. Charging. This is not good. Ah, fragmented our unit. Oh, disrupted our unit. It was going so well. What happened? And this stupid unit rallied. He was the one way back in the beginning with the... Oh, good. He fragmented. Excellent. We need more of that. Oh, no. We broke. That's bad. Ooh, this is a tough fight. Well, fortunately, we can bring in a unit to... Ugh. What the heck is this thing? Man, this guy's tough. I was hoping to break this guy quickly. And I'm going to, yeah, charge him. The left flank is a little unsure of things. It's like, we're going to take that charge. All right, we disrupted him, pushed him back. It's good. Engaged him in combat. Unfortunately, that puts a bad situation there for a 2-on-1 against us. All right, let's slide over to the right again here. There we go. And you can start coming back. So that would take all of his moves, so he wouldn't be able to attack anyways. So he's a javelin man, which means he needs to get adjacent to fight. So there, we'll get to adjacent and fight. Disrupted. I like to see that. So basically, I got 3 guys just hammering this guy. Not a great fight for us over there either. Okay, this guy's a little wavery here. These guys have actually, they got their back turned to us? They do have their back turned to us. We cannot take advantage of that situation, huh? Wow. All right, well, shoot in their back. Shoot in their back. Oh, we disrupted them. One of their units had died. Come over there. All right, I actually have several units in there behind the enemy lines, so to say. Come on, slide over. Need to bring some more units to the left flank here. First, I thought it was going to be our right flank that was going to be issues, but damn it. Oh, it's locked in combat. That was stupid, wasn't it? And we'll do a little bit of damage to it. That's fine. Right, you do some damage to it. Ah, fragmented it. Good. Charge after it. There we go. All right, who hasn't gone? You haven't gone. Excellent. Oh, you're facing the wrong damn direction. You know what? We're gonna get in behind. Actually, you know what? Let's undo that move. I want to bring them here. I was hoping to rotate them. Damn it! Basically, lock these guys, just surround them, and rotate this guy. So these guys, we're gonna collapse them from both sides here, and their whole center of their force is gonna just disappear. That'll free up these units to then go and march to the right. All right, who else hasn't gone? You. Not good odds there. You're not locked in combat, are you? You can retreat. I'm gonna fall back. There we go. Create a steadier line there. That's fine. All right, he's got some wavering dudes. Can we do anything with them? Can we do anything with them? I think these guys all moved. Okay. Okay, you guys. Not much we can do with that. You're routed. Everyone else. Okay, so we basically have nothing but a lot of combat to happen. Oh, he rallied. Bullshit. Another rally? Are you kidding me? Okay, he held firm, but we did do some damage to him. Equal fight. Equal fight. Decides to come back in the fight. Oh, excellent. Disrupted the enemy. They're gonna maybe charge? No? Okay. Uh-oh, disrupted us. That's not good. Damn it. Disrupted the enemy. Good, and we pushed him back. What was that? Was that another enemy rallying? Couple equal fights. Another equal. Ah, we broke that unit. Excellent. Equal fight. Our guys are routing. All right. Come to Papa, baby. All right, let's see what we got over here. Beautiful. Excellent. So I could actually charge that guy, but it's pretty much a... All right, so... I'm going to move there. The question is... 10 to 32 there. Fragmented them. 10 to 34. Sure. You just hold fast, my friends. Raw Legionnaires there. All right. So these guys, and we got them in what I call the pickle maneuver here. They're between a rock and a hard place. We've got them coming in from the right side, and now they've been surrounded. And it broke. Excellent. This unit here. Oh, breaks it with the... Oh, and breaks another unit. Excellent. And now they ran right in next to our javelins. And we're going to charge them with these guys, flanking and routing them. And that was not good for them. I know that. Oops. Go right, my friends. We're actually going to turn around. We're going to have several units come over here to help the right flank. Things are going decently. We're going to turn this unit. This unit needs to turn as well. So these two are going to come after these guys over here. Throw some more javelins in their backs. Huh. Huh. Turn you guys around. Turn and throw something at you. And this is just a big mosh pit over here. Nothing I can do. Everybody's locked. I could auto start the fights, but I don't wish to do that. So we'll just end our turn. Routing away. Routing away. Yes, enemies disrupted. Enemy auto breaks and runs. Fragment the enemy. More guys running. More guys running. More guys routing. Ah, we held firm. Nope, we decided to move back. Gonna charge us. Ooh, he held firm. I can't believe that. These little javeliners have taken on their commander plus a light cavalry unit. Oh, and now they got another unit on them. That's not good. Oh, they held firm again. Wow. More melee. More casualties. Yeah, he breaks. Okay. I knew he wasn't gonna be able to stand there forever. All right. Let's see what we can do here. Bring this guy, turn him. These guys are locked in combat. They're going to move him over there. That's fine. I just want these guys to stabilize. I don't need them to really do anything other than stabilize. I'm sacrificing the left flank for the middle and the right flank is basically what I'm doing. So as long as we don't just get murdered over there, as long as we just keep throwing. Sooner or later, he's going to die. There you go. This guy fragmented because that guy ran away. Sure. Throw some more things at that guy. Bring these guys up. That should really scare him. Now we're going to bring our commander-in-chief right up on these horses here. How you guys feel about that? All right, so really we got what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units here that can just start. Do we want to chase these guys down so they don't rally? No. We're going to have to turn these guys. You guys start making your way over here. You charge after them. The rear attack. Now we're routing these guys, and these guys ran. That's beautiful. Charge them. They're trying to evade us. That's fine. Throw some more of that. One of your guys died. How's that? Throw some more. You guys. Yeah, lock them in place. We got a rear attack on them that time. And we fragmented them. And they dropped 2 cohesion levels in one attack. That, my friends, was awesome. Yeah, I can't do much over there on the left flank. Okay, that's fine. Right now, Greeks 42% losses, Romans only 9%. Did they rally again? And these guys dispersed. These guys dispersed. That breaks that unit. And fragments another one of their units. Another unit routing. Another unit routing. I think it's going to be a Romans victory. Up to 47%. We're getting close to winning. Oh, we got disrupted, though. We're on the verge. Ah, it broke. It's routing away. It's at 52%. That should give us the win right there. Let's see what happens. Oh, no, we auto-broke. Which means we didn't win. These guys are retreating. They're cowering. These guys are melee. Oh, we fragmented and fell back. Even fight. Oh, our unit dispersed. Oh, we're routing, and he's still chasing us. The enemy has lost heart. You are victorious. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, victorious. Do you wish to accept victory gracefully and let the enemy withdraw without further blood? We shall not let any enemy formations leave the battlefield intact. So you can keep fighting is basically what that says. Or honor is satisfied, let the slaughter end. let's take a look at the casualties. So the Greeks started with 9,041 strength. We had 8,401. They lost over 1,000 infantry, just a few cavalry for a total of 1,019. We lost 358 infantry total. Wounded, they had 1,252, 19 cavalry for a total of 1,271. We had 725. Captured and deserted, 2,417 infantry, 83 cavalry for 2,500. We had 67 deserters. And the total was 4,790 killed, wounded, captured, or deserted, 52%. For us, it was 1,150, 13%. That is a major Roman victory. Excellent. You've been victorious this time, but other battles await. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. I'm going to be playing a lot of Field of Glory 2 on my channel. Again, this is just the beta if you're just joining us. So things are subject to change, and it's not the indicative of the final release yet, but hopefully it'll be very similar to this because this is awesome. Just awesome. Well, I want to thank everyone for stopping out tonight and spending a couple hours looking at Field of Glory 2. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I'll be bringing you some more beta gameplay here shortly. The game does full release in October. There is a ton, and I mean a ton, of content that comes with this game. You won't need expansion packs, and I'm sure there'll be expansion packs, but I mean the game just will have hundreds and hundreds of hour gameplay. The ability to create your own custom battles, quick battles, epic scenarios, campaigns, whatever you're looking for, and the decision by the designer to include the ability to coast combat during your actual combat turn. Just it's a game changer, it really is. And just how important that one little aspect of the game is. It's just going to make things put the strategy back in the players. And so looking forward to Field of Glory again. You can check this information out on the Slytherin website. That's slytherin.com if you want to find out more information. Thank everyone for coming out tonight, and God bless. We'll see you soon. Take care.